So if we talk about a transgender person,
If she wants to transition, I'll break up with her.
I okay to be together because don't have sex.
These traps your settings, yeah.
is your partner doing the bare minimum? And should you stay? This is your daily catch-up.
It's 12:09. Where's Jared? It's time for lunch. Jared! What's all this?
Relax. I ordered my lunch through Foodpanda and now I have all the me time in the world to chill out.
Me time?
Get your order delivered from 99 cents with no minimum spend when you order from Four Fingers, I Love Thai Mei, Wingstop, and more on Foodpanda. For limited time only.
Wow, it's not very hot. Wow.
I actually recently just had this conversation with my partner. So I was asking her if hypothetically if I change sex, is she okay? Then she say, and then she will be very concerned about whether I am sure this is what I want. But then she will not break up with me. But to me, it's if she wants to transition, and sure I go ahead, I support you as a friend, right? But I'll break up with her. Having sex with a man really turns me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just cannot.
Your sexuality is really cemented in already lah.
Yeah, that's why I like Jompo.
Hey!
I have thought about it before. I think I won't stop loving. I okay to be together because I can forgo just don't have sex or maybe. And then maybe.
Why cannot have sex? That's my question.
So in this situation, the
Yeah.
boyfriend has transitioned into a girl and wants to have sex with girls.
Yeah. So the boyfriend still want to be with her, but she
But
She
she
want the dick.
cannot.
No,
you can keep it. I think in a plastic bag.
Okay, I think I cannot promise that I will still be attracted to you, but I will still love you. And then whether we are still want to be together or explore different options, then I feel it's an open thing.
So you will stay.
I will stay, but we would lay the rules for the openness.
But where do you think the conflict might arise?
Because before he transitioned, I attracted to him. But after transition, I don't know how my body or my mind will react. Because now I say, right, maybe next time I see already I different, sexually.
Okay,
but I
okay.
still love the person.
Yeah.
But then if he suddenly do the voice change, maybe I'll be a bit
Thrown off.
thrown
Not
off.
used to it.
I won't
Yeah.
feel attracted to that person because I fall in love with the
Original.
previous. Yeah.
I think quite similar. Because I'm also a bit, don't know whether I also like girls kind of person right now. Yeah, so I'm thinking, as in,
Time's a ticking.
if he wants to have a sex change, right, maybe I will not be attracted to him, sexually attracted to him, not because I want the dick or whatever, but
You cannot say that off-brand.
Oh, you think he won't be attractive as a girl?
Wow, these traps your settings, yeah.
the thing I like the most about him, right, is his chest. So if he has boobs after that, right, then I don't know whether I
No
will.
boobs.
Yeah,
Just
he keep
below
the
him.
chest, but everything else change.
No, I think okay. I think
So the line was the chest. That was it.
because that's what I'm attracted to, about him, sexually.
I don't think I'll be as brave as you guys.
I'm not brave. I break up with her.
Yeah, so
Oh
she's the one that will break up.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Denise.
Yeah.
No, but because I am 102% sure that I am straight and that I never in my lifetime I will.
How you know?
I love boobs too much. As simple as it is.
An honest man. Hey, let's give it to him. Honest.
Also,
Thank
actually,
you.
the two of them are in the same camp. As long
both want the chest.
As long as the chest retain, everything else okay.
No. It's also the whole sexual thing, and I feel that sexual chemistry is very, very important in a relationship. It's
Right.
it's a essential component of it.
Right.
Yeah, it takes up 20% of the whole grade lah. These are fake numbers. I never calculate properly. I never calculate properly. But yeah, it is a component that I would
10%.
like in a relationship. So if they are now a man, then the sexual compatibility is off already. But I will still love the person.
Human beings, it's natural that you will evolve and you will change over time. So even though this is it's a more stark example, right?
Yes,
and one that you can really physically see, right? The change. But at the end of the day, I think all of us also, we're not going to be the same people that we are 5 years from now. Even if that's the case, your partner probably won't be also. So then with this constant change is how do you stay?
So that's also the saddest part because it feels to me like a marriage or what, right? It's just how much you can tolerate a person changing
That is
until you cannot accept anymore, then you're just divorced. Oh.
That's what a friend said. One of my friends said that marriage is tolerating someone till you die. His parents divorced. No?
Oh.
So like, I guess it's probably a bad gauge lah. But yeah, I disagree.
Disagree what?
That is tolerating lah. I think it's being able to roll with the punches and like accepting slip. Yeah. No, it's about acknowledging the fact that we are all going to change and then not being afraid of that change and just moving along with said change lah. And that is just part
Even
of
the
life.
terminology also. I don't think it's tolerating.
Yeah.
No,
but just
but
simply
it's
using the term
negative.
tolerating, right, versus accepting, right?
Yeah.
Like that alone already frames it so in such a negative way.
Tolerating is not accepting lah.
Tolerating means that actually you cannot, but just whatever law,
Just tahan.
lor.
Endure.
Yeah,
But it's very
not
negative.
accepting mah.
No, but I feel like, I mean, even if you're not married, I feel like it's the same thing. Like you're so deep into a relationship that one day you realize, oh shit, I'm not happy. And then after that you think back to like, back then we were like this, back then my partner was like this, but now my partner is like this. And then that comparison is what kills it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gradual, the change, which I agree. So like along the way, like you roll with the punches as you say, but then there's gonna come a point where you might feel so unhappy in your
That
relationship.
the person has changed so much from what you fell in love with that now then break up lor.
No, so for your 4-year-long relationship, or, I mean whatever lah, for all of you, right? But have you all started to see that change yet, or is it still too early? And if you have seen some change, what has it been, and how do you like navigate that?
I think most of the changes are like so far positive changes. Over the years, I did tell him like I want to become like this. I want to have this set of mindset. He will try to understand and try to see from my point of view and eventually compliment how.
So who is he then?
What do you mean?
Welcome to our new cooking show where two cooks will try to recreate a dish based only on the name.
Oh my god!
No, it's black.
It smells great!
Gastromania.
Okay, so the clips that you just saw were from our new game show, Gastromania. And the very first episode is already out on the New Food channel, so go and check it out. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Go.
Based a bit on what you're describing, it sounds like he just changed according to what you...
Oh,
no.
as in
Like he
he
works
has
towards
not-
what you want to work towards. You know what I mean? So then like, who is he? And like what is it that you love about him besides that he adapts to what you want him to be?
And his chest.
He lost agency.
I feel like no.
This one shows therapy time.
You see 4 years, you just want to whack it down, is it?
It's not like he's totally lost. Like it's not like he revolves around me kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was
We do have conflicts where we just agree to disagree lah. Right? And then we try to compromise and then see how we can live together with those disagreements. Right? As compared to last time when we first started out, right? It's just like, I don't like this about you. Change it! Or like, I don't want this. I'm going to give up. For the longest time, and I'm still struggling now, but much better, right? Is that I have problem with my self-worth.
As in you think you don't deserve certain things in life.
Yes, and I attach it to the wrong things.
Okay.
But it's just something that I am still figuring out. I cannot fix on lah. Not something that I can just done. So what's his name? Oh, Elvin.
Elvin?
Which one?
No.
Which one is he?
I'm not very good with calling names.
All sorts of excuses exist nowadays. Okay, and then
Okay, so Elvin, right? He's like the perfect partner to
Can't wait for
kind
the
of be
butt.
my emotional pillar in that sense. To make sure that I don't falter. To make sure that I
as in
don't
spiral.
Yeah. In our relationship, right, it's more like you help me with this, right? But I'll help you stay motivated. I'll help you with self-discipline in that sense. Because before me, right, he's not like a go-getter kind of person. He's like I just want to live my life and just pass.
But do you think that he became a go-getter because you established that this was someone that you wanted to become in a sense, and then he felt like if your life path split like that, right, then y'all will not be together, and therefore he tries to adhere closer to what you want to be.
No, I think a lot. I mean, at the very start, also he did mention he wants to do something. He wants to change.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you got that push lah.
Yeah.
So it's not a complete mirroring of.
Correct.
Maybe it goes down to expectations because for me and my partner, I mean, we were friends for a long time before we got together. So I kind of know her personality in that, for example, like she's a lot more of a homebody. Then she don't really ask people out kind. Most of our friendship, I was like very okay with that because I don't mind being the asker. Like it doesn't hurt me, and I want to go somewhere. Then I just ask you to come along with me, you know. So it doesn't affect me. But then after getting into a relationship, I realized that my expectations shifted, and then I realized that I'm like sometimes I would think like, hey, I always go over to this person, like I always go over to her house. But why is it that she never say like, oh, how about like we stay at your house instead? Because I'm as in. Clearly, we are more comfortable in our own homes, ma. Yeah, so then like I start having like a bit of that conflict. Then recently, like I think just like over the weekend, then I realized that that if I don't initiate a conversation, then she's just on her phone or like we're doing something together but we don't talk at all. Then I was like thinking like, is this a problem? Because to me, it's not say all the time I got stuff to say to you also.
But
like,
you're actively trying to...
Yeah. So then I communicated that to her. Then I say like, how come like you never start conversation with me like over the past 2 or 3 days?
man.
Then she don't understand why I was a bit upset about it. Because she feels like she doesn't need to have that pressure with her partner, right? That like she has when she goes out with her friends. Then like constantly need to think of things to talk about, if not like awkward. So then she's thinking, how come with my partner I also have to be doing this?
Yeah.
So then there was a bit of like we are a bit stuck.
But then from the other perspective is that, but shouldn't it come naturally that you want to talk to your partner about things,
Yeah,
right?
but I also understand like the comfortable silence thing. Like I do think we don't need to be talking all the time.
But
It's
just a bit
like sometimes just
sometimes
resting.
lah.
But it feels to me like when this happen over like 2-3 days, right? Like it's multiple days that is like I feel like I talk to you, then once I stop talking, then the conversation kind of ends. Then I'm like, hey, what's going on?
But it was like that. It's actually been like that the entire time.
When I think back, is kind of like that. It feels like my expectation of that changes because I feel like I would expect you to put in more effort as compared to you when in a friendship. Like how you're treating a friendship should not be the same level as how you're treating your relationship. Yeah, so then we got into a bit of like a serious discussion over
And I
that.
can relate to what you're talking about because like last time also I feel like, hey, why you like not putting in the same amount of effort as me? Then right, I do the toxic thing, which is I don't communicate. Instead, right, I
You
test.
retaliate.
So like you wait 3 days, right? I also I wait 1 week. I see. Then I collect the evidence. I collect finish already. Right?
I cannot hold it in for long enough to do the
No,
test.
but I feel like the issue is also that we shouldn't be getting upset. Instead, we should
Yeah.
talk about how we feel about this, like how these actions make you feel and why,
Yeah.
and then try to understand it, right? And yeah, like back then in relationships, mine is like I just get unhappy,
Yeah.
then okay, I take evidence and I throw your face.
It's like
then we
keeping
fight.
tabs.
And then also on top of that, right, like when you bring up the concept of expectations, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's such dangerous things, yeah. Expectations of others is a very dangerous thing, I feel. Because like how can you?
No, but how can you not have expectations? Is it not natural?
I don't think you should
I-
have expectations of others. Yeah.
As in, I think not having expectations is a thing you actively do.
Yeah. So then you have to be conscious of like whether this is you placing your expectations onto another person and then then that's why you are upset, or is this truly something that you should be upset about?
Which is why I feel like sometimes I fall into the trap of thinking that this thing is too petty to bring up. Like if I say this thing now, right, it might sound like it's super petty.
No, not petty at all. Yeah, everything is validated.
He disagree. Because I don't know if I bring it up, it might lead into a fight. That kind of thing. Or if I bring it up, then my partner might think like, she got so many expectations of me, like it's so difficult, you know?
Is it not the way you bring it up though?
As in not in the sense that I get aggressive in the way that I'm talking. But as I am sharing it, I realize this is something to be upset about. And then like internally in my head, it's like I start shutting down and I start stonewalling, you know what I mean?
Hey, but I got a solution for you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh, God,
Allison's solution.
Got some days I feel like that. Then to counter this, I don't tell him the issue, but I just say, okay, ask me a question. He say, what question? Then I say, just ask me. Then he'll just ask me some random question, then we start. Then I say, okay,
So
ask me another
cute.
question.
Oh,
Because I don't want to start the
Great
question.
idea.
The reply is what you want me to ask you?
Great idea.
But I never say like, why you never talk?
Right.
Because I think it's more like accusatory. Then the person will be like, what you mean I never talk?
No, it works.
Yeah,
Also,
it's
after
stupid
we
one
had
also.
that conversation, right? Then like we need to go and pick up something. Then like when we get into the car, then she straight like asked me a question. And then we ended up having quite a like lengthy conversation that led to other topics, then
An organic conversation.
yeah, from that first question that you had to make the extra effort to think to ask.
The fear is always there when you raise the thing and then like obviously we have argued because of this and this is important to you. Yes, I will try. And then later it falls back into natural state.
No, then see that I can do this.
Yeah,
But
Okay,
it's not
good.
observation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alison.
But the fear for me was also, as in because this was something that I had been battling in my own mind also, that is it that, oh no, like the fact that I have to think to have something to say to her, right? Does that show that our relationship has stagnated? Or has it become like, how come I got nothing to naturally want to say to her all the time? You know what I mean?
John did mention one time that after he and Pat like argues, she'll just after the argument is settled,
she'll
she'll
film
just take out the camera and the phone and then film with a kind of a AAR after action review and like what we learned from it. And yeah, I think that's kind of like that seems to be the right direction.
No, I don't think it has to. It should happen after the
Literal
argument. I think it's like really that putting in the work daily, because you are also trying to monitor your own thoughts and actions and feelings throughout, regardless of whether there is a spike or there's no spike. So that later on you can look back and you can identify patterns.
Yeah, the monitoring your own emotions part very important because, okay, I just add a quick point. Because I realized that there was a period of time that how I was feeling at work, right, bled into my relationship. As in not in the sense that I feel angry at work, that I come home and beat up my wife. That kind, you know, that.
Sorry, why did I laugh at that?
Some people do it, honestly. I get annoyed at work and therefore I feel like when I go back home, I just want to rest, I just want whatever, right? Then I don't have the mood to go and think of like, oh, maybe I can surprise my partner in this way, or oh, maybe we should go out for a romantic dinner, that kind of thing. So I think it affected. And it's so very important to me, I realized, to like keep myself in check and make sure that I am still taking care of my relationship in its own, like, as in that I compartmentalize that. Yeah, and not let like my feelings dictate how I am acting towards the people that I love.
Wow, easier said than done though.
It is true.
Because
It's
like I really
really
have those
tiring.
feelings sometimes. Yeah, I think this whole table can feel.
No, okay, so if that's the case, right, then within in all of your relationships, right, is there something that you all can share about like things that you expect of your partner but they are not met?
I mean, one thing that I feel that has been in my mind for I don't know the past
Boobies. Oh, sorry.
2 months is that I feel like or maybe not just me, but we have been getting like complacent in our marriage.
I'm not putting enough effort now.
So we've been married 2 years. Obviously, you're past the honeymoon phase, and so like every day seems like it kind of falls into a routine lah. I go to work, she goes to work.
No. You wake up, you gym, then you masturbate. Then you...
You know too much about women.
There's zero denial in that.
No, we wake up, we go to work, we come home, we walk the dog, we go to sleep.
No, where's the sex part?
on Sunday. On Sunday.
On the day I will not say, but and there's nothing wrong with it. But I remember when we were starting out the honeymoon phase, and I would just like when she's sleeping, I would text her and say like, you know, I just really appreciate you. I really want to be on this journey with you of like for my entire life like, and things like that. You know, like whispering sweet nothings.
If I were a TikTok commenter, then I would say if he wanted to, he would.
I did what?
Yeah, last time
Yeah, and it feels like it's just a natural progression of marriage that you
That
will
you stop dating.
that you will hit this like routine because that's what life is. Life is not going to be fireworks like every day. Most of the time, it's going to be a routine, things that you've seen before.
No,
things
but
that
both
you've
of you
done
are
before.
okay with this. Both of you have identified this and are okay with it.
I
Yeah.
haven't talked to her about it actually.
But...
Weird that she has to find out through a podcast.
No, you can talk to her before the podcast comes out.
No, and I probably will talk to her about it like very soon lah. Seeing that I am now have a time limit, right? The publishing of this podcast.
Or why don't you own self change it up?
Exactly. So I think that it's on me to put in that level of appreciation that I used to put in.
No, but do you think what she has done for you has changed a lot from like back then to like now?
I feel like we've both like kind of grown together, and it's got the highs, and now it's kind of the
Stagnant.
cruise control.
Oh, cruise control. Oh, so like that.
We're not going stagnant.
Actually, I think so. There's a psychological theory to this also. Like, have you heard of like the base level of happiness?
I think
Five.
so, but go on.
Food
For every one of us, we have a base level of happiness or of any emotion. But then, so for example, when we go through a point in our lives where we experience a lot of highs, then we are used to how to say that spike in emotion. So it creates a new base level that is higher than the previous one. And then therefore, when say something bad happens to you that in the past you might not have considered bad, but now because you are used to these spikes, right, that your base level is here, so something that happened here, right, that used to be above your base level of happiness, is now considered a sad thing to you.
That's what drugs do to people.
All right.
A high.
The endorphins.
That's why you keep need dopamine. That's why you need more and more and more.
Dopamine, yeah. So as it feels like you are describing something that's similar. So essentially what a honeymoon phase creates is that spike of happiness that forms a new level of expectation or a base level of spice or of excitement in your relationship, that now that it feels like it might be the big spike is over, and then now it feels closer to like, oh, we are stagnant, or like we don't have that same level of excitement as back then when you had a different base level. So then I think similar to how the happiness thing works, right, is the acknowledgement of that new level that has formed, and then that conversation of where do we want to go next, or like where do we take this.
That's why when new relationships, right, I skip the honeymoon phase. I
scold them.
I throw in a few fights at the beginning straight away, like make it sound them feel them serious, then the happiness level as low as possible.
Which is also why
then you just put in a bit of effort, you just text one time, then she's like,
John Paul is single.
and available.
I wonder why.
No, but which is
that's
also
what
why
Avi and I did. We fought 1 whole month straight.
What's the intention?
What? That's what? Who?
Was not intentional.
Then there's no plan.
No,
What?
but then after that, right, we've been very, very happy.
Yeah, you see hers positive change all the way, huh? Starting buang.
Really?
No,
really.
but
Expect nothing. Happiness forever.
I was joking, but
No,
it's real life example.
No, but what frustrates me, right, about this whole thing is that the solution is right in front of me and I just haven't done it.
which is
To just love my wife more. It's not hard. Like
So you cannot love your wife more because it's not hard.
why do I bother? No, it's really the little things.
no, but psychologically.
Oh my.
Gerald, can you choose your words properly?
No, but psychologically it's harder.
Let's not use that word anymore.
No, because now you have formed a new baseline in your relationship, that amount of love will need to be higher than your previous amount of love as compared to when you were in your honeymoon period. That is the difficulty, because that, how to say, now is from like that, right? Then you need to meet a like that.
I feel like that is a problem if you aren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Like if you're unconsciously like, why am I not happy when last time we were? And now, I mean, you explained it, somehow in my head, I've had some idea of that. And I feel,
All right.
and when you're aware of it, just put in some more work. And it's not very big work.
Correct. No, correct. So what used to be like that, right, can now be like that and still be happy.
It's average size work. Yeah.
All I need to do is
We are children.
John Paul is the kind of guy that if you randomly say boobies, right, he'll burst out laughing, I think.
it's really like doing the small.
Doing more of the small things.
It's really doing more of the small things and like showing appreciation for the mundane.
Don't call it the mundane lah, bro. That's so
No,
rude.
it really is the mundane. The routine is the mundane, and like
The routine.
this, I'm trying to try to power through
Power
this.
through this.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
And it's really like
But is
I
she?
appreciate you. It's not hard to say. Like I feel like once a day.
What's the name? Wait, is this about sex? I'm confused now.
It's nothing
I
to do.
lost already.
Continue.
Nothing to do
Continue.
with
Oh,
sex.
it's nothing to do with sex.
Yeah.
Oh, once a day, what?
It's not like we don't say I love you, because we do say I love you every day, but it feels like a routine I love you. Bye, I love you. That's like the full stop to the end of a
it feels like a
sentence.
habit.
It feels like a habit.
What if every day, right, you try to say I love you to her, right, in a different language? Then at the end, right, you do all languages. You're fucking romantics, yeah.
Take a sarias conmigo.
It's like you're
God
putting,
damn it, Aishidaru.
but you are putting in that little
Yes,
effort to make things fun. You see, to change things up a bit.
Sure. I'm gonna start with just a meaningful I love you.
Can you demonstrate to us
Yeah.
what
Can
it
you do
sounds
one
like?
time to the camera?
Do a normal one versus
Like what?
a meaningful one.
Yeah.
I
Then
love you.
Don't tell us which one is the meaningful one,
We
which
all
one is the
guess.
normal. Then we
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, I just really want you to know that I love you.
Okay.
Okay, second.
Okay.
Second.
Take two.
Okay, bye. I'm going for work. Love you.
I can
Neither.
I can hear the sad face.
There's no sad face, but
I'm going for work.
Wait, you all know which one is the correct one, man?
First one,
The first one is what?
It's the meaningful
Is
one.
the meaningful one.
You don't
Okay.
know.
the second
John
is
Paul
the
is single, guys. I wonder
routine
what.
one, the routine one.
Oh, okay.
That means your love you is like the thank you.
like a bye-bye almost.
So
lah.
bye-bye lah.
Yeah.
And these are things that will these are the things that will hit in, like, I feel like any long relationship, because back then you were dating and you weren't living in the same household, and so every meeting is special. Every meeting has to, maybe we go down because we meet in the middle, that kind of thing. We're doing something because we can't just meet for dinner, right? Okay, maybe can. But yeah, more often than not, there is something going on.
You should try the 6-second kiss. Have you heard of it?
You kiss for more than 6 seconds. No, it should be like
Essentially, every day you need to kiss your partner for 6 seconds.
in cumulative.
No.
Oh,
No,
goddamn
no.
shit.
Like one
like that?
6-second kiss.
6-second
A
long
long
kiss.
latte.
And then that will make that will spice you up.
Kiss or make out?
At 6 seconds, I feel like it's a makeout. Yeah.
Cause kiss can also like,
Can be a short makeup.
No, I think even that also can. Is you just need that intimate physical
Yeah,
contact.
it's the intentional intimacy.
But if you do it every day, right, then you
Then
run
it becomes a routine.
you run the problem of the diminishing
Then you
effect.
change and find something else to
maybe
do.
next day 7.
No, but you see, right? So much of this is the same as everything we do in life, right? You just do a bit, then it accumulate over time, right? Then you don't know how it might manifest itself in other ways and give you other results.
It's like the make your bed in the morning kind of advice.
Yeah. Even though you are counting the
one
6
small habit.
seconds, but then in other aspects, right? Maybe your partner feels different. Some days you feel different, you know? But okay, I think interesting. Actually, honestly, right, this is why we do this podcast also. Like, I think it's the realness of you all being able to open up about your own relationships, or us asking questions that we want to ask and then exploring it together.
It's so rare that we do like a serious relationship.
Okay, so thanks for watching. If you relate to Jared or Denise, yeah, cool, whatever.
only both
See you
of
in the
us,
next episode. Bye.
I think Shams also share. But
So if you have any other relationship questions that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments below. If not, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.
If you have advice, let me know. You think people like balls more than dick?
together.
No, it's like
That's it.
it's like there's a virgin, but there's boobs also. It's like a bonus, ma. So if there's a dick there, there's balls also. It's a bonus, ma. No, man. Okay, I wouldn't know.
But it's like, it looks hard but it's soft.
I'm so confused.
I'm so confused.
Confusing. It's like so lame. I don't know.
Why? Okay.
The dick is lame.
Official statement.
Yes.
Edison thinks balls are lame.